Well, howdy, everybody. Teresa here. Brad's outside helping neighbors and kind of cleaning up stuff from the storm. Obviously, we survived Hurricane Hermine that made landfall here about 3 a.m. Obviously, you guys know I did not do a video yesterday because we were helping neighbors and trying to get things secured ourselves. We did not have electricity from about 5:30 p.m. on. If you guys have been watching the Weather Channel, there's many people in PANACEA, Crawfordville, Tallahassee, and all across where this storm's path in Florida, Georgia, and etc. that are without electricity. We did not lose electricity per se because of the storm. The park managers decided to shut off the electricity so it would not cause major damage. They're hoping that maybe they'll get it back on here anytime now because it's drying off enough. One thing I want to address before I go into that real fast is I know some of my friends that have made comments on my videos have been getting a troll saying nasty things about Brad and I and leaving nasty comments. I encourage you to report this individual like I have. Block them from being able to comment on anything that you do. That's what I've done. So I'm not actually seeing their comments anyway. I'm just seeing you guys' reply. A friend of mine did notify me this was going on, and I checked it, and read some of you guys' responses. I feel sorry for this individual. They're obviously a very miserable person that has a lot of hate in their heart. I don't know even who they are. And I feel bad that they waste all their time and energy doing this, but let's just not feed into it, just feel sorry for the individual and let's just ignore. It is September 2nd, 2016. It is now 12:04 p.m. We've been up for quite a while. Brad really didn't sleep last night. And let me see. I was going to pull up the weather. Currently, it's beautiful out. It is 80 degrees. Real feel is 82. The high will be 87. The low will be 75. It is not raining or anything right now. Clear blue skies. But we're due to get more rain, of course, and wind this afternoon again, for more of this storm. Let me see. I remember, like I said, everything's kind of a blur. For looming, I did I think it was the night of August 31st, I did finish another scarf. I have not listed it on Etsy yet, of course, because because of the storm. I'll pull that up a little for you guys. And it's in back, so I'll just have to show you guys. This is what it is. It's aqua blues, greens, and stuff. I know that shows up white. Those white areas are very light blue. So anyway, I will be listing that later on today, probably, or tomorrow on Etsy. I think that's the only one of that particular color I have left. Besides that, I have not done any crafts. Because we've been so busy with the storm. Just the normal. We did try to take naps yesterday afternoon for a little bit before the storm hit full force, but we really didn't because we just couldn't. It was too hot. We didn't have the generator going and stuff, and we were worried. I'm not even going to pretend I was terrified. I've never been in a hurricane before. With a hurricane, they kept showing us tornado warnings and stuff and watches, and we were the only ones left in this RV park. Everybody else did evacuate. We did have, my daughter became very concerned, my oldest daughter, and she even called the sheriff locally and gave him our number. And the sheriff did call, and that was about 10 or 11 our time, and they were going to come out and try and get us. And but they said, you know, part of the highway is underwater now, Highway 98. And I elected at that point in time, I said, you know, we're okay for now. We'll call you back if we're in trouble, but I know you guys probably have much more urgent calls. And they said, yeah, it would be best if we just stayed in our residence and stayed, you know, put. And we did fine. Like I said, the hurricane made landfall all the way about 3 a.m. in this area. Because we're right below PANACEA. There was here, we are right in line of, if you picture the shoreline, and then there's another tier of possible spots, plus the brick, you know, the cedar block bathhouse that has the laundry room and also has a activity room and stuff. And then you have us. So we had that great big beautiful bathhouse building, and trailers all shielding us from the bay itself. We also have a big fence behind us. We had trailers on either side, so we did not suffer any damage. The only thing that happened during the storm as it approached was that the vent lid in the hallway got flipped open. It did not tear loose, but it got flipped open, so we had the rain coming in that way. Brad kind of jerry-rigged, and I'm sorry if that's an offensive term, but he just kind of rigged a, we used a one of those flexible cutting mats. We cut that to fit, and then he used a bowl and a brace and stuff, and just, you know, so it wasn't downpouring as much. Then we I had some disposable wee pads, or, you know, bed pads that we put on the floor below it and stuff. We were using those anyway. Our dogs did not use them, but I had kept some disposable wee pads. I had the washable ones, but I had also some disposable ones for an emergency, you know, because they're so absorbent, and we had put those in case the dogs, you know, had to use that, but they all insisted on going out, even in this raging storm. So Brad was taking them out. It was pretty scary. I'm not, you know, with no electricity, and so there were no street lights, anything. It was pitch black. Now, my thought was I didn't like that because you could not see the storm coming in, so you felt so vulnerable. But then, in hindsight, it was probably a good thing I couldn't see what was coming at us. You know, some of our neighbors did suffer some damage, and like the ice machine by the front office is gone. The big ice machine is gone. No idea where it is. Some of the front row RV spots that have the platform, you know, for you to pull up to, a couple of those are gone and missing. You know, luckily we didn't have any fallen trees or anything. Some of the fence was damaged, was missing slats and stuff. But, you know, so many of our neighbors went up to Tallahassee and stuff. And Tallahassee got much worse of a storm than we did. One of our neighbors, Ed and Jeannie, they had taken both of their vehicles, and both of their vehicles were damaged. A big magnolia tree fell on them, and he thinks his truck is probably going to be totaled. Her car got some damage, but the biggest damage was the windshield, so they were trying to find somebody that would be able to replace that so they could even come back here. But, you know, everybody's very busy, so, you know, they're working on that. Our neighbors have all been coming back in this morning. Brad's been out helping them get stuff set up, and talking with them, talking with the park manager. You know, she apologized for it because she was real short and snappy at Brad yesterday morning, and we didn't know that the storm had been upgraded. And she apologized for that and explained, you know, she was trying to get her mom and her dad and her kids out of the area and stuff, and she had told everybody that electricity was going to be shut off at noon, trying to get everybody to leave. She didn't realize that we had stayed and stuff, but so many of the people in this park have fifth wheelers, and I didn't realize until my friend RV Debs, who does videos on here, was talking about the fifth wheels. A lot of them don't have the generator, and that's why so many of our neighbors had to leave, because with no electricity, you know, they have no generator or anything. So that's why they were leaving, and that's why they were in such a panic. It was pandemonium in this area, and I am told it was that way everywhere, that, you know, it was just crazy, you know, up in Crawfordville, PANACEA, but basically Crawfordville and Tallahassee was just crazy. There was no place for people to really be. You know, if you don't have friends that live up in another area, you know, or an employer or anything, there really was no place to be. The shelters were full. Our one neighbor next to us, Carl, ended up sleeping in his truck because he could not find any place. You know, and, you know, Ed and Jeannie stayed with friends. Some of my other neighbors, you know, have family that lives up Tallahassee, stuff, stayed up there. The people along Max's Beach and that area got hit very hard. They were having 15 to 20 feet surges, and, you know, we don't even have any standing water here in the RV park. It all drains off. We're about, I don't know, we're about a good 8-10 feet above sea level here, and it all kind of slopes down into the bay. So it drains off very quickly and stuff. So Brad just climbed up on the roof, and I helped him from the inside manually close that vent, so because we are supposed to get more rain and wind and stuff this afternoon. But it was an experience. Like I said, I was terrified, but I kept my stuff together. I didn't lose it. I wanted to, but you know, what good is it going to do? I'm going to panic before. I'm going to freak out a little bit right before, and then during the middle of in the midst of any crisis or emergency, I am cool and keep it together. And then normally I might lose it afterward. I'm not going to lose it now, but you know, I would say any kind of emergency or anything. But you know, we did hear from family and stuff, and that was really nice. Both my daughters and even my parents and brother, who, you know, we've been estranged from for years, and Brad's mom and stuff. So you know, it was nice to know they cared and were worried. Our daughters were very, very worried and stuff. So what else can I tell you guys? We will be making different plans. What happened was yesterday morning, by the time we got up and stuff, they'd already upgraded this hurricane. I know there's a lot of different things. You hear a lot of different reports, but we were told, the news report, we were told that when we went to bed that evening, it was upgraded to a Hurricane 1. When by the time we got up, it was upgraded to a Hurricane 3. Now, you're getting different reports that it finally was upgraded yesterday afternoon and stuff. I don't know. That's just what we were told. That's what we heard on the TV and stuff. Everybody was already loading and leaving, and we kind of got left behind. And what happened was, we had been told that it wasn't, last time there was a significant hurricane that caused damage in this area was 1985. So the likelihood of this could happen was so slim. Nobody said everybody said if the storm came, a hurricane came, they weren't leaving, they weren't worried about it. So we, being naive and new to this area, did not investigate where shelters would be. We did not put in place an evacuation plan for ourselves, and everybody was such a hurry, and yeah, we were helping them get stuff ready so they could get out. We kind of got left behind. We really did not have any place to go because we would have to take our animals. And it's like that even last night when the sheriff said, well, they could try. That meant they would try to come get us, and we'd have to leave our animals, and I just couldn't do that. They were scared enough. And I know that a lot of people, think that's just stupid, but that's just it. So that's what kind of happened, but we will be putting in an evacuation plan. We will investigating where we could possibly go in the event that this happens again, and having things ready. Thank goodness we had plenty of water on board. Thank goodness that we had a generator. I did not realize it, but about once a month, Brad has been starting the generator just to keep it functioning, make sure everything was going well. We do have the propane. And what happens when your electricity in this rig, you don't have electricity, automatically your refrigerator goes on to propane. So we always have that still. We have the generator. You guys probably hear it running right now. That's what you're hearing, is the generator running. What else can I tell you? Thank goodness we had plenty of groceries. We have plenty of pet food. Like I said, keeping the weed pads in case you do develop a leak, like we did. Those are disposable, easy cleanup. It saves you from having your floor ruined and all of that. Especially in a humid climate, you're gonna get mold and everything. And mildew. We will be we did have candles, and we did use them because there for a while we sat for as long as we could. We would take breaks from the generator, and we would sit for as long as we could. And then when it was time to charge up, cell phones and that kind of stuff, we would, run the generator again. The little portable, do I have mine? These little portable fans were a godsend because they are USB chargeable, and they hold a charge for a long time because it's got one of those Li-ion portable batteries. It is rechargeable with USB, and these run for a long time. And when you're faced with no electricity and you shut your generator off, at least you have some moving air. I have this one. Brad has a little black one. They were just a godsend. We just made do. We did have cable until about 2 o'clock this morning, and then it's no longer functioning too. So we do have a clock radio. It's only it is not battery operated. It is just a normal plug-in one. So but when you're running the generator, you can still use that. But we will be making sure that we have a portable radio with batteries. We had flashlights and stuff. But yeah, we'll be making some changes so we're more prepared when this happens again. But we do love living here in Florida. It was an adventure. Seeing the waves come in last night before it got so dark was pretty cool. Seeing the neighbors all come together, neighbors helping neighbors is good. That's really nice and stuff. So, yeah, we're all right. I'm going to get this uploaded. I'm going to have to hotspot, of course, to get this uploaded, but I did want to get something out, and I appreciate everybody that sent messages, whether it was a text message or it was an IM, on Facebook. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I could not sit and answer all your messages, but I'm having to kind of limit how long I'm on the phone and stuff, because of data and because of power usage, because I'm trying to keep my phone as charged up as possible, so yeah, I have been putting out just general updates on my personal Facebook page, and I hope everybody else did okay. If you're in the path of the storm, stay safe and dry and warm. It's a pretty vicious storm, so stock up. Make sure you have enough stuff. One of the things we learned through it, you know, now our daughters know exactly where we're at and stuff. And, you know, we need to get better at notifying people, hey, this is where we're at, this is what's going on and stuff. So, but, you know, you live and you learn, and it's been interesting. Brad's exhausted, like I said, he hasn't slept in really much in 48 hours. But, you know, that's the way it is. But I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And I think you guys are all awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.